Hey everyone, this is Sid here again, and today we're going to talk about JFTNA May 9th. Write about it. It's very, very close to my heart because this is something that this started something really nice in my life, and I would like to discuss that about JFTNA because out of the 365 thoughts that are there, I'm sure some of it will spark something in your own life. And while doing these thoughts again and again, discussing with the people that I train or talk or go to rehab centers and talk, certain things actually spark a change in my life as well. And this is one of them. We shall discuss it thoroughly. I will read it out for you and I'll try and explain it in my own words. Hopefully, you will like what you see. And if you do, please let me know, and I can probably make more of these things or make it better. Let's see what happens. So, this is it. This is May 9th, and it says, write about it. We sit down with a notebook, ask for guidance, and pick up our pen and start writing. Basic text, page 30. When we are confused or in pain, our sponsor sometimes tells us to write about it. Though we may groan as we drag our notebook out, or we will know that it will help, we lay it all out on paper. We give ourselves the chance to sort through what's bothering us. We know we can get to the bottom of our confusion and find out what's really causing our pain when we put it on pen and paper. Writing can be rewarding, especially when working through the steps. Many members maintain a daily journal. Simply thinking about the steps, pondering their meaning, analyzing the effects is not sufficient for most of us. There's something about physical action of writing that helps to fix the principles of recovery in our mind, burn it in our mind, sort of, The rewards we find through the simple action of writing are many: clarity of thought, keys to locked places inside us, voice of conscience are but a few. Writing helps us be more honest with ourselves. We sit down, quiet our thoughts, and listen to our heart. When we hear in the stillness of the truth that we put down on paper, just for today is one of the ways I can search for truth in recovery is to write. I will write about my recovery today. Now, beautifully said, this thing actually clicked for me because my mind was, it was, as we call in Hindi, Meena Bazaar. It was a big bazaar sort of a thing, big shopping complex in which there were so many thoughts that were coming. And whenever I used to try and think about something, there would be 10 different things that will actually take away my thought from the main thing that I want to, sort out. I had tried many times to think about it. I hated writing. Believe me, I still hate writing. I mean, I don't like writing. I like typing more than writing. But my handwriting was horrible. My thoughts were not clear. My heart was always racing when I was writing. But there was some clarity in writing because this different options or different thoughts that were coming into my head when I was writing it would slowly, just evaporate. They won't be there. And I would suddenly find clarity while writing. Still, I am a lazy bum as ever and I hated writing. But what to do? I had to write it because my sponsors would push me to it, and my parents and relatives also wanted me to write at one point in time. They said, just write it down. During school days, I used to have a full, you know, heap of copies and I would not write a thing on them. No question answers writing, no answers writing, nothing. I would just hate writing. I hate my own handwriting. But after getting into recovery, I started maintaining that journal. I still have certain journals which I don't want to show you, but I know that those journals are a mess when I was there in school and college and I was writing them about girls that I fell in love with and all that crap that I had written. But when I started maintaining the journal, I started sticking to facts. And the difficult thoughts that were coming into my head started to decimate. And it gave me a clear cut picture of what my problem was. And then suddenly I was going through Facebook, and like every other addict of today, the millennia goes through the Facebook and the several videos like me, people were making videos. And I was listening to different people, and there was one guy who started talking about energies and tried to explain this very basic concept about energy and thoughts, which actually clicked with me. So I would like to share that out with you again. Let me get this thought out of the way because it may confuse you. Okay. Now, what he said was thought had energy because they converted our thoughts got converted into actions. Now, how do you explain that? I want to smoke a cigarette. So what I do is I get up, I pick up the cigarette packet, take it out, put it on my lips, light it up, smoke. Takes a little time, but I'm working through it. My thought was to smoke, and I smoked. I want to win a race. I practice on a daily basis to win a race. So my thoughts have actions. Now, thoughts can be again divided into two things, one good and one bad. There are good thoughts, there are bad thoughts. I'm angry at that person, I want to hit him. That's a negative thought. You don't have a right to hit anyone, even if you're angry with them. And same goes for I want to worship. It's a good thought. So the negative thoughts are banging in our head because we were addicts, we were taking alcohol, meth, cocaine, brown sugar, whatever, whatever. And these thoughts couldn't come out. So they're stuck in our brain. They're banging in our brains. That bad thoughts, negativity, they're still there in our brain. And when they're banging, they're hurting our brain and causing our brain to think or to adapt and cause a different, dream sort of a thing, or different state or hallucination or illusion in our brain, which is taking us away from the reality that we are in at this point in time. So because we are not converting these thoughts into some kind of action, they're hurting our brain and causing illusions and hallucination in our brains. What is the action that can be sure not to cause any harm to us, but to only give us a handle on these situations is writing about it. You're forcing an action. You're writing about that thought that is there in your brain. You're converting that thought into action by writing it on a piece of paper. When you're writing it on a piece of paper, that thought is coming out of your brain and going out in the world. So your brain is becoming freer from those thoughts. Once that happens, you can convert that free space in your head with positive thoughts, with good thoughts, with thoughts that can actually help you grow in life. And this particular thing clicked with me immediately with this thought that I'm reading today. And I started maintaining a journal. Although what I would do is that I would probably burn that journal, throw it away every fortnight, because I was worried initially that what if people read this and start feeling, somebody gets it and out of curiosity reads it, I don't know what they'll think about me. So in the beginning stages, I started throwing them away or burning them. And later on, it all sort of pieced together and I started enjoying writing my journal. Then I converted that journal into a handle called Looking Glass. And whatever thoughts came into my head, I started writing them, writing articles on them on Facebook. with that handle of the Looking Glass. I did it for 2.5 years, got a lot of appreciation from people who read it. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't, but I stopped caring about it because my initial goal was to just write about it. I didn't care if anybody read it. Because I wrote it, those thoughts went away from my head and made me feel better. I'm sure if you do that today, whatever thought is troubling you, just write about it and see what a difference it makes for you. Just as today's Just for Today says, one of the ways I can search for truth in recovery is to write. I will write about my recovery today. The negativism that is covering your recovery, start writing about it. And the negativism will go away just like that. And you will see your recovery. Thank you so much for listening. And this is Sid again. I hope you will give me a feedback. I love you all. Bye bye.